All right, you're all set.
Okay, thanks, Lauren. Okay, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Anna Reynolds School Project Building Committee. It is November 21st, 2024. It's 5:15 still. And Lauren, want to do a roll call
Chairman Woods,
here?
Carol Duggan,
Here.
Counselor Nagel,
Here.
Counselor Rada. Uh-oh. Kim, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, yep, okay. And Jeremy Wetzel.
Here.
You have a quorum?
Okay, thank you. Next item is public participation, which we have 0.
Yep.
Then we'll move right on to take action on prior meeting minutes. We have 1, which is what the meeting of October 17th, 2024. Someone would like to make a motion to approve those as written.
So moved.
Thank you, Dave. And a second?
Second.
Second by Carol. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion passes unanimous. Jennifer, brings us up to you right now. Architect's update.
Okay, good evening. So right now we're still in the closeout documentation phase where we're still reviewing operation and maintenance manuals, as-built drawings, warranty information, making sure that that's all complete in there to close the project out. That's most of what we're doing. We still do attend meetings on occasion when they're needed as a team with Newfield and with CSG. Tonight, there are many potential change orders. I believe it will be presented by Rich, and thankfully, these are credits coming back to the project, mostly related to allowances, but we'll go through that. I guess the other thing I can report on, I don't mean to steal Rich's thunder or anything, but as far as punch list items, they've been through that. There's like a few left. There's hardly anything left with punch listing, but we are keeping our eye on those things. So Newfield has been great with the contractors to wrap those things up. And we review those, you know, as things were completed to make sure that they were okay. And that's about it. So are there any questions?
Any questions for Jennifer? I think you're off the hook, Jennifer. Thank you.
Okay.
Next is owners, project managers update. Eileen. No, you're muted, Eileen. You're not Teams anymore. Now you're Zoom.
I do this all the time. I start talking. Okay. Here we go.
So you have the next two. You've got this one and as well as financial updates. So take them back to back.
Okay. Sure. Yep. So like Jennifer said, we're still in the closeout phase. We're looking to close out all the invoices and payments, following up on any outstanding issues and punch list items. I'm still in touch weekly with Jason Plum, Jason Smith, Lou, and Bob Tipton, just to keep an eye on what's going on in the school and any issues. I'm right on the phone with Newfield. Bi-weekly meetings for closeout. We still have every other week that we're doing an OAC meeting just to follow up on any outstanding items. And then the commissioning should be starting and completed on the heating system here for December. So anyone have any current questions? Otherwise, I'll go into the financial update.
Anybody have any questions on? Doesn't look that way. I just have one. Are you in agreement with Jennifer as far as punch list goes that most of the punch list items have been taken care of? I'm assuming you are.
Yes.
Okay, great, great. Let's roll right into the financial update.
Sure, let me share my screen.
That sometimes is the harder part of the job, getting the punch list stuff done.
Exactly. All right. Does everyone see this?
Now, again, I think they should outlaw font this size, but it's
Is it too small?
it's almost legible for me.
All right, let me try. Better?
Yeah, that's much better. Thank you.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I'm good now.
All right. Okay, great. So we're doing really well here. The architectural design fees were about 98% complete. Same with owner's rep here. Let's see, then our hazardous materials testing, that's all done now. Complete materials and testing. Complete. We still have, as I stated, the commissioning rep doing work. So we have some of that left. These moving and storage costs, those will get transferred over. I don't know if you want to make a motion to do that tonight, or you're gonna wait on that.
No,
The
let's
same
wait.
with-
Let's kind of, we'll do
Yeah,
it,
sure.
roll them all together and we'll do it in one big motion. But
Sure.
let's do it on our next meeting
Okay.
because there's no urgency to do it now.
No, so these soft costs we're currently complete with. I know Gerber's supposed to take this over for any costs for Freeman for the rest of the year. And then we have some money left for furniture and technology. I'm still waiting on, I believe, one invoice from Red Thread, following up on some items for the library. And then technology, playgrounds closed. We still have some construction costs and remaining in owner's contingency. And this includes some of the credit coming back tonight is 375, 952, 77.
Yeah.
Anyone have any questions on that?
Any questions for Jennifer on this? And again, some of these are going to be coming back to us. They'll end up in that contingency account. And we'll do it at the next meeting. I'll have Eileen just roll them all into one motion in different line items so we know what's coming back to us that's available to possibly do something else with. Anyone? A quiet crowd tonight. Eileen. Thank you. Our next item is construction manager's update. Rich.
All right. And along with the same things that Jennifer and Eileen have been saying, we're in the closeout phase. We are getting a lot of these finalized PCOs in, which you'll see tonight for a lot of the credits that are coming back related to allowances that were not used throughout the course of the project. So we're settling up any of the final PCOs with trade contractors, through the allowances or through some CM contingency items that you'll also see. Additionally, we're closing out the rest of the warranty items or the warranty submissions as well as the O&Ms and any sort of attic stock that are left over that we're just having to wrap up right now. We do also have a couple things going on with warranty related items that the HVAC contractor is taking care of. I know he's there tonight doing some of that warranty and adjustment stuff right now. So those items are ongoing, and we're hoping to wrap this up pretty soon here with all the final paperwork and the finances.
Okay, why don't you just roll right into the change orders, Rich?
Okay, for the first PCO 189, the initial project documents called for PCB paint removal on the stage. There was further testing done, found to not be PCB containing paint, so the abatement contractor has a credit offered of $1,920. PCO 235 is related to some swapping of ceramic tile to wall paint in the phase 5 area. So there's a credit from ceramic tile and an add for the painter, but it's a net credit back to the owner. PCO 269 is a budget transfer between Newfield and the site work contractor for some overtime costs that we had because of his delays over the summer. So that's really an internal transfer, no additional cost to the owner. PCO 271 was for a contingency item for us to be able to continue with electrical work in the electric room off of the lobby. We left that ceiling out during that phase. Doing so, we had to have the sprinkler head installed as an upright. When we came back and finalized all the work in that electric room over this past summer, we had the ceiling put in and had to have the sprinkler contractor come back and put in ceiling mounted, drop ceiling mounted head as opposed to the upright. So there was a cost against the CM contingency to do that. PCO 276 is a return of an allowance from the aluminum openings contractor that we had with him for Saturday time that we did not end up using. PCO 277, reconciliation of site work allowances. We had multiple allowances for things such as unknown underground rock that he might encounter and a few other things. So there's a net credit on that 30,636 and 36 cents from a few different allowances that were within his contract. PCO 279, again from the site work contractor, there was a mow strip called for around the perimeter of the building. That was not installed, and there's a credit being offered for that work not completed, so that was 16,500. PCO 280, the dedication plaque, well, after it was installed, it was discovered there was a spelling error that had gotten through several reviews and the submittal process. So we are having to get a remanufactured dedication plaque to correct that error. We're charging that against the CM contingency. PCO 282, additional elevator operator time. We had an allowance set up in the elevator contractor's allowance. We did overrun that by 4 hours, so there's additional operator time that we're covering through that PCO. PCO 283, site construction credit for unused temporary signage. Again, similar to the allowances that he returned above, we did not use all of the temporary signage in his bid. PCO 284, electrical package project requirements that were not used. Again, the allowances that were within the electrician's package, nearly $7,500 worth is coming back to the owner that was not used. PCO 285 and 286 were both from the ceramic tile and carpet contractor for unused allowances and for unused project requirements. PCO 287 is for relocation of a marker board that was done over the summer to center it between two TVs in the technology room. That was it's a back charge between two contractors, one for their improper layout and to cover the cost of relocating that marker board. So no cost to the owner on that one. It's between two trades. PCO 288, lobby east wall. We had originally had that wall between the cafeteria and the lobby as a CMU wall with steel underneath. There was a change to make that drywall instead of masonry. We were holding off on this final credit as part of the final negotiations to take back on the steel. So it's a negotiated value of $8,000, which is kind of in between what design team was looking for a credit and what the contractor had originally offered. So we did go back and forth a few different times and settled on this $8,000 as being a fair and reasonable number. PCO 289 for the exposed deck insulation credit. We had set up an allowance to deal with some exposed deck insulation on the gyp deck in the second and fourth phases of the building primarily. We did not use all of that allowance, so we're taking back what was left in that as a credit, and then as well as PCO 290 is the rest of the allowances that were within the general trades contract. We did not use the $442 that were left there. So all of these combined, it's a net negative 94,388 and 45 cents.
Anyone have any questions for Rich on this one? If not, I'd entertain a motion that we approve PCO 189, 235, 269, 271, 276, 277, 279, 280, 282, 83, 84, 285, 286, 287, 288, 289, and 290 in the amount of $94,388.45 as a credit back to the project.
So moved.
Thank you, Kim. And a second?
Second.
Second by Carol. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. Anything else, Rich?
That's it. Thank you.
That's it. Okay. Eileen, I think we're back to you. Review of invoices
Sure.
Oh.
Okay, let me share this.
and take action on them.
Mhm.
I
It's
pulled
not
up
sharing
the
on the right screen.
spreadsheet.
Oh. Oh, okay. I have another one actually.
All right,
Because I
I'll stop it.
added
You can take over.
I added one to it. I had checked with Steve first. All right, so we have two CSG invoices, 34R, which was revised, and 35. So 10,028.25, and then 6,879.58, the remaining.
You're not sharing your screen though, Eileen.
Oh, okay. I
There
All
you go.
right, now it's going.
Yeah.
Big green light around it. All right, so there's just 4 invoices. 2 are CSG, 10,028.25 and 6,879.58. IES has an invoice for 1,287.30 and KBA for 24.77, and the total amount of invoices 20,672.13, and I'd be happy to flip through them if you would like.
Anybody have any questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the two CSG invoices, the one IES and the one KBA invoice in the total amount of $20,672.13. Thank you, Carol. I'm in a second.
Second.
Thank you, David. Any questions? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is any other business pertinent to the committee? You have anything, Lauren?
I don't have anything.
Okay. Brings us down to public participation. Oh, let me see. We have anybody interested?
We do not.
Nope. Comments by members? Anything before we close? Yes, Jeremy.
Hey, Steve. So I met with the safety committee. I guess I'm part of with the committee officials over there and Jason and all those guys.
Yep.
And they wanted me to ask if we do have money left over for, I guess they're lacking cameras in the courtyard, in the center courtyard. There's no cameras in there. So it would be beneficial to them to have a couple, I guess, to keep an eye on whatever happens there in the center courtyard. They wanted me to make that request if we could throw that in or get that worked into the deal somehow so that they could observe what happens in there. But I told them I'd mention it, so
Okay.
consider it mentioned.
All right. Actually, I was going to make a request to Lou through the superintendent and Board of Ed to come up with a list of priorities, Lou, because we're going to have some money left over. So something that got cut out of the project that the board really needs to have done. If you could put it in order of priority so that we can hopefully at the next meeting be able to take care of some of those items for you.
I do know I did forward that on to the proposal from Sonatrol onto Eileen about a week and a half ago, so. I think it
Was
around
that for the
13,000.
courtyard?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
13,000. Yeah, so we have that number all set. It's just a matter of.
Yeah, so I mean, you just need to prioritize it, right? You want it to be.
Yeah, that will be right up at the top, so
Okay.
don't worry about that.
What? Uh-huh.
Well, then, Jeremy, tell your safety committee they're probably going to be happy when we meet next time.
I will mention it. Thank you
Okay, all right.
very much.
Anybody else? If not, a motion to adjourn. Anyone?
The motion to.
So moved.
Thank you, Carol. All those in favor signify by
Aye.
saying aye,
Aye.
Bye.
Aye.
and we stand adjourned. Thanks, everybody.
Have a nice
Thank
Thanksgiving.
you.
everyone.
Yes.
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
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 Same to everybody.